so good.
Yeah. I made 24 that day, and I took around and gave them to different people.
Well, I was very pleased to be one of them, and very honored. Thank you. Just to bring it all back, Lori? Never left it, right?
Yeah.
Budget. Who's got the budget?
You know where the term comes from?
The term budget?
Yeah,
Well,
it comes
comes
from,
from that lady at the end of the table. Right
yeah,
over
that's,
there.
that lady's in charge of that, for sure, for no question about that. But, it was originally the word for a little leather box that they brought the reports in the Middle Ages in England. So they would say, oh, here comes the chancellor, or whoever the hell it was, with the budget.
The box.
The box was the budget.
Kinda still is, isn't it?
Well, now it's not a box, it's like that. But it came in a leather box.
I'll make a batch of something like this. Get you
Called
something
the
to take
budget.
with you.
Doesn't,
Are we on?
Well, you are live.
Well, I don't need to make a personal comment.
Once in a while,
about a budget?
No.
I'll find one of my neighbors or somebody close by.
That's the fact that
Spends a really hard time with
yesterday afternoon, I don't see my husband for
air.
20 minutes. Since
They
Sunday.
keep the numbers down to 55.
Maybe he likes that.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing, right?
So I'll call up Gillespie, wait, and tell them to the roll. Okay, okay.
Brian, John, hi.
Were you here already once, student?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hi, Mary.
Good to see you here.
Hi.
You feeling some better?
Yeah, somewhat.
I keep waiting for Bill Fraser to come. I have something for him.
Yeah, I think it'll be here Tuesday.
Tuesday next week. Today's Thursday, right?
Right.
Okay. Is he coming in the evening or is he coming during the day?
He'll be here for Tuesday, I think, for executive session to discuss, movement on the police department.
Things, yes. Okay, so, did you see the hat I gave to Steve?
No, Steve McKenzie? No.
I bought a couple of beanies, people call them beanies, I call them toques,
Right?
you know, and
It
that
fell
say
over
Northfield on them.
Because of corrosion.
And I gave him one.
Because of what?
Corrosion.
I was surprised.
It rusted
And
away.
that's why I
Oh,
tapped
my
on the
Lord.
door, cause I wanted to,
So,
that's why I was bothering you, but
we've got
anyway,
new
well,
ones
I gave it to him.
in
And then
place.
he put it
You're
on and he
replacing
goes,
both of
so how
them?
do I look?
Yes.
And I go, well, you look like a
And
Northfield
we
guy.
need an electrician to do it.
So I have one for Bill too.
And,
At least they can wear them while they're doing our business, right?
Are they gonna be the same design?
Steve, can you hear us all right?
Did the same.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Globe on.
I see you over there and I hear you over there, that's very,
The magic of the owl.
I know, it's very disconcerting.
Huh?
I'm getting pictures of myself from people that are online.
Oh, I didn't bring my hearing aids, damn it. Oh, well.
Could be selective hearing then tonight, isn't
You're
it?
gonna have to speak up, Sally.
Wednesday, I was having a blissful day. No one bothered me all day.
I love that.
And then I found out that I had the ringer off on my phone.
Good.
Tells you something, doesn't it? Finally, my sister writes to me and she goes, "I just tried to call you."
You see my email? I was supposed to send that to you,
I'll do that right now, and then I'll put it in your
Megan's.
house phone.
write-up that she did. So I sent it, but not till like 4 o'clock today.
Well,
So
I did not
I-
see it because my computer was blitzed.
Yeah, so let's see, Lydia can't be here. Dave is.
Dave got stuck in traffic. There was
Okay.
apparently an accident on Route 100.
Yeah, they had a police incident, at the Waterway Stowe line.
Well, there you have it.
Well, you got a quorum.
Who else? Lydia.
Okay, disregard. Okay. Being approximately 1800, call this meeting to order. First order of business is to see who's here.
I'm here.
Everybody but Dave is here. Lori, Sally, Megan,
Brian?
Elroy, and Brian, thank you.
And Lydia's on.
And Lydia's not here. Dave is going to be late, so that leaves the three of us to discuss that until he shows up. Apparently there's a traffic problem on Route 100. So, that's the roll call, public participation. We have none scheduled. We're welcome to have public participation at the end of this. Appointment of an authorized representative and alternate for the state revolving loan funds. We'll need a motion to appoint Steve McKenzie, the interim manager, for the purpose of signing state revolving loan funds.
And James Russo as alternate. You have to have two.
And James Russo as alternate.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Let the motion passes for Steve to be the authorized representative, and the alternate for the state revolving fund is Jim Russo. Motion passed 3-0-0-0. Thank you. You need us to sign this?
Yes, please. State requirement.
All right, we'll get that done and get it passed to Lori. Hello. Plenty of room.
Plenty of room, I can sit on the floor.
There's empty chairs there.
Make sure you guys sign in before you leave, or you can sign in now, just so
Take care of it now, because
we have a record of your attendance. We're signing documents currently, because the world, the municipality floats on paperwork.
yes, it does.
Let's see, is this door open? We can, stick another chair in the corner in case.
Take me to the table.
Yes,
All right.
yeah, anybody can.
That's done.
Just wanted to leave
Very
as much
good.
room for people as we can.
So the first topic of the budget is the ambulance department budget, and I had that
43?
43, thank you, Lori.
Are we just doing the CIP, CEP like we did last night?
Yes, but
Okay.
maybe a little bit cleaner, because last night I went, or the last time we went into revenue, and then I started on the budget because I just started reading the budget.
43?
Maybe I'll do it a little bit
Yes.
better. Now, we've got the police department that follows this, and I don't think we'll have a chance to get into O&M, that will be next Tuesday, Megan,
Okay,
and that will be, the majority of the changes for what you guys want, cause that's labor. And, that will be at 5:30, I think, and I'm not sure how that's going to go as far as rotation. But then we go into a 7 o'clock regular meeting, we haven't met for a month, so there's a lot of catching up to do, and we gotta introduce the new guy.
so next Tuesday at 5:30
Right. We'll
for
do
O&M.
O&M.
Okay.
Okay, page 43 is the capital improvement plan. If you look at building improvements, we are in a deficit of $5,392.91. And we have budgeted, the first draft, we budgeted 2,500, that didn't cover the deficit. So we raised it up to 7,500, which is going to leave the remainder of 7,500 in the building. What was the reason we went over on building improvements? Do we
That was
know?
the door.
The doors.
The doors?
We, so the exterior door was as old as the building and was dry rotted on the bottom and a mess. So we put that in and then we took the interior door and made that locking as well.
Was that the passenger, person door or a?
Yeah, they're both man doors.
People, man doors?
Yep,
Not the vehicle doors.
no.
Right.
No.
Any more discussion on the CIP? Then we go to the CEP, which is on page 50, you wanna go that?
No, go ahead, 5, 6.
Alright. And you see that we have we start off, so capital equipment, this is stuff that they put in their ambulances and they use to save lives and everything. We have a defibrillator on the top list, we have a replacement year of 3031, we're gonna need $38,000 to $47,000, that's such a wonderful spread, but we don't know what prices are doing.
So we just replaced these last year. And they were about $45,000 a piece last year, and those were new. I think
I did ask you, that's fine. I was
And
gonna
I-
ask you tonight.
it just occurred to me, you emailed me and I never answered that question. Those were new.
Good, okay.
And they were about $45,000 a piece. So I think that 47.5 number is probably on the low end of what we would need when replacement comes around.
In 3031.
Correct.
So, we have 7,900 in there now, 7,900 times 4 years is,
Well, 5 times 8 is 40.
40? And we've got 2,600 in there. So we're kinda close, and as we get closer on the, budget years, we can adjust that for that purchases. Those purchases,
We also just, when it's possible, they get a refurb.
Yeah, and refurb depends on availability.
Right, exactly. So we do intend to budget for new, but where possible, they'll look for refurbished.
Yep.
and these are reserve funds, which means they can't be touched without voter approval. Any questions about the two defibrillators on there? They're both getting replaced about the same time. They both have a similar amount of balance in them, and they're both budgeted at the same cost. Auto pulse, the next item is a 21 auto pulse. What is an auto pulse?
So it's
Mechanical CPR.
it's mechanical CPR.
Thank
So yep.
I kinda had that, but we didn't have those back in my day.
No.
Yeah.
So, its purchase date was 21. The balance in there is 9,627. The repair cost is, estimated cost is 17,000, so we're basically a little bit more than halfway there. We have a 29, 30-year replacement cost for both of them. We're putting $2,000 in there, and that is 4 years out. That'll give us 8,000, that's 17,000.
I'm gonna work on getting some updated numbers to make sure that we're still in the right.
Always wise. We went out for sand, and then during the summer, and it was $14 a yard, and we need more, and it's now up to 16.
Of course it is.
So, winter and summer sand harvest is always a different price.
Yeah.
We didn't buy enough, did we?
That's correct.
Uh-huh.
We overexpended the budget we had, and we didn't get enough. And we were supposed to be by 5,000 yards, but it was only budgeted We only had enough money for 4,000 yards, including transportation. We had to spend $8,000 on transportation because we didn't have a full highway crew. So that cut into how much sand we could get.
Yeah.
So, this is about ambulance, by the way?
Yeah. I was giving him daggers as he kept talking.
I saw your daggers.
Not
Auto
on the
pulse
agenda.
batteries, there's no budget in there.
We need to.
Is that a consumable, or is that a?
Well, so the batteries have a chip in them, they're lithium-ion batteries, and every 5 years they brick themselves.
They what?
They brick themselves, they stop working, they
5
won't,
years and 1 day, no longer works.
they don't work.
Literally switches off and.
That is an excellent production style. That is that.
Yeah, so,
And they cost.
and they're about $1,200 a piece, and we need 6 of them. So,
Whoopee.
I brought it to Lori this year to say, hey, we should budget for this, because it's not a small chunk of change that we're expending when we have to buy batteries.
Right, 6 of them at how much?
$1,200 a piece.
And you've got a budget of 0.
Right now, yes, because it's a brand new item for this year, so.
Actually, so I was trying to think, are we actually in a deficit and it just hasn't hit yet?
Yes, because I bought 3 already, and I'm gonna buy 3 in January.
And this is
This
January?
Right, I bought 3 in December, I'm buying 3 this month. I've had 2 brick themselves thus far, and I'm waiting for the day that the next 4 go.
So we're probably gonna be, you're buying 6, not,
I'm buying
oh,
6.
yeah, 6.
Yes,
So we'll be roughly 7,000 in the hole,
yes,
and then we will want to start setting money aside for the next set.
which would be
And the
20,
ones that
30.
you're buying, you think are gonna last 5 years.
Yes, I do.
Can we fix it so that you don't lose them all on one day?
Well,
It's got a chip in it.
It's
got a chip
I know, so but you gotta start, otherwise it's gonna be like our smoke detectors that always go off at 2 AM.
yeah, and we can try to start pushing it, but they were all purchased at the same time, because that's when the units went into service, so it's hard to get those batteries,
Staggered?
yes,
Yes, I know,
And
I'm
to
just
some degree,
thinking,
it's actually,
easier to budget.
it's like when you do your fire alarms at your house, don't replace one battery on January and another one, like do them all at once so you know they're all good to go.
Yeah, and, yeah,
So my
I like
suggestion
that.
would be, probably 7,000, 8,500, so say approximately 7,000 because we'll be in a deficit, and then say 1,500 toward the next set, so we're not behind on the set aside. So it'd be 7,000 to cover the ones we need now, 1,500 each year, and I'll fill in all the rest of the
Okay.
years.
And we're
So-
gonna fill in the deficit, out of the surplus if we have any next year. Is that right?
No, we're gonna do in the budget right now,
We're gonna-
I'm suggesting you put in 8,500. 7,000 to cover the deficit we're gonna have,
Thank you.
and 1,500 to set aside for
To
5
catch
years. For the next time.
All right. Everybody good with that?
yes,
And then the future years across that line, we'll say 1,500.
okay.
makes sense. Okay,
All right, well, that was an unpleasant discovery. 17 rescue, it's got $16,000 in the account right now, purchase date was 16. The estimated, replacement date is 4142, that's a pleasant number.
Mm-hmm.
Estimated cost is 45, are you gonna take the box off it and put it on another one, or do you know?
I don't know yet. There's a lot of discussion internally about our rescue program in general, and the ability to cut cars and the training that goes along with that. That truck isn't gonna go anywhere, because that's what pulls the trailer.
Right,
And our UTV is not going anywhere because it has too many purposes up on the mountain.
when you say it's not going anywhere, what do you mean by that?
We're not gonna eliminate that vehicle.
Right, okay.
But I don't know what we're gonna do about the box on the back and what equipment it's gonna carry.
Okay. So that will be, so 1,800 is that, we got
Roughly
16,000,
that should work.
should work.
Yeah.
22 ambulance, purchased in '01. Purchase date, I'm sorry. It
23.
was reserved in '01, purchase date was in '23, so it's 3 years old. Balance is 44.5, and you need 22,500 to make it whole to get there. Is that correct? Let's see, balance is 4,500. Oh, this is estimated cost
Yes.
Yeah,
is 400,000.
we'd only set aside half and borrow the other half, was how the budget was set up last time.
And the borrowing that we have, when does that expire? What page is
We're not-
existing notes on it?
We're not paying on a ambulance right now.
No, this is for this purchase.
Okay. Which is going to be in 6 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
34, just for future, is the 5-year, 35, sorry,
Thank you.
is a 5-year plan.
The 5-year plan.
So again, this, for board thought and, not policy, but sort of your guideline, you're getting into, again, that area that we talked about the other night of, once this costs start getting up to that $400,000 number, are you gonna, the theory being trying to, borrow part and fund part rather than fund it 100%. Just, this is another one of those pieces of equipment that's hitting that threshold where we start looking at borrowing part of it instead of funding all of it.
And that 400,000 is probably on the low end.
yes.
I mean, that was a good number last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't update this year because we're a few years out and I had updated last year. But I mean, each year your costs go up.
So at one time, we took the box off of ambulance and put it on the other one. Are you doing the same thing?
So this one is not eligible because this is what we did with that one. The 22 is a remount.
Okay.
So they are good for one remount cycle and then we need something else.
So the 17, all right, cool. Any questions on the 22 ambulance? Fund 200,000, borrow the remaining amount. Hearing none, we'll go on to the 17 ambulance. It's reserved, purchase date was 17, does that make sense? The balance is $165,000 roughly. The remount, 2,000 remount on an 06 box.
So we're taking the 06 box and putting it on a new chassis, and that is going to replace the 2017.
Cool. Any questions about that?
That is scheduled to go out anytime in the next month. I've already set up hauling to have it transported out to Osage, and then it goes in their shop the end of March, and we will have it back in 90 days after that.
In when?
90 days.
90 days.
Yes, 3 months.
I wish I'd brought my hearing aids.
So we'll have it back for hopefully a July 1 start fiscal year.
So,
Yes, Lori.
do we think the 200 was, we talked about that being iffy, cause I think actually 65 puts us over 200. That
I,
must have been my 11 o'clock at night,
brain.
calculator.
I think 200,000 is a good place to be. I'm concerned, it's sat outside for 18 months. And I'm concerned about what they're gonna find when they get into it.
So, I've only done this number like 10 times. Oh, I know, I did that. I bet. I'm going, why did we put in 65,000? So, we need like 35,000 to get up to 200. Easy math. And I'm not sure if we were thinking, and then 30 for the next one. But this will not be here until we won't get it back until,
July,
you'll get it back that quick?
90 days,
It's been waiting in line for 27 months.
Okay,
So
yeah.
okay,
this is.
It
its
will
turn
go
in
out,
line.
it goes out in March, it will come back in end of June, beginning of July.
I mean, I'll relook at that number and go through my notes because, nope, I got it now. It depends whether we call it the replacement in 25,
Or in,
or 25, 26, or 26, 27. If I
Right.
say it's, yeah, if we're trying to do
depends
it,
on when it gets delivered and when we write the check.
right, because we're short, so we need 35,000. And then I think my thought was, we'll also put money in for the next one. But if we're calling the,
Hey, Dave.
Sorry, I'm late.
We're sorry you had to go through that.
if we're calling the replacement year 26, 27,
Right,
then we only need 35,000, and the first year set aside would be the next time, the
Right.
next year. So I was just, the 65, not, I don't think that was, the 65,000 would be enough money to get it up to 200 and 1 year setting it aside for the following yawn. So if we're talking, it's probably around the July area, it
It's-
could go either way, we
it
could
could go.
drop it and,
So either way, you're covering for, I mean, if we gotta pay for it this budget year, you're gonna have a deficit. So that would cover the deficit, or,
well, it'll cover the deficit plus, so I was trying to see if we could take 30,000 out of the budget. That's what I was doing.
That's what I
So
thought you
that-
was doing.
That 65,000, if it could drop to 35 or 40, that would cover the deficit, and then 27, 28 would be the first year set aside for the next one. Is what I was looking at. Following? No?
no,
Yes.
I get it, no, I'm
56.
following.
No, I've never been so close to Lori.
We're on page 56, Dave.
Can I ask a question on that?
Of course.
You said it sat outside for 18 months?
Yep.
What is the, why? There's no room inside?
there's
for
no
one?
room inside for it, we're a 2.5 bay garage and we've got 3 vehicles in it.
We're talking about the 56?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the 06 ambulance and the remount. And I was just, so Megan was saying that they anticipate that will be, they'll send it out,
It's gotta be out there for
By
March,
March.
the end of March.
and then getting it back right around the July area. So if we're saying, the budget right now has 65,000 in it, we need 35,000 to pay for the remount. The question is, do we put the additional into the 26, 27 year for it to be the first year set aside for the next one, or wait till 27, 28 to be the next set aside? Talking about this 65,000, because I was looking at it going, this is a little high. But I think at the time we did it, that's because we were thinking it would come in 25, 26, so we needed 35,000 to cover the deficit, or to pay for it, the plan, it's not a
Yeah,
deficit, I mean,
yeah,
that was the
yeah.
plan. 35,000 for that, and then set money aside for the next one, so we're just talking about whether we could drop that to 35,000 and have 27, 28 be the first set aside for the next one, that's what we were.
Alright, so let's just mark that. So, we potentially may change that, so it's just enough to pay for the rig this year, and then, or it may have 35,000 into it, we'll make that decision later, but point being is we'll have enough money to get your rig set up.
Yep.
Then we'll figure out which is the best way to fund the replacement 10 years later, whatever
Yep.
you're rolling around is. You got it? Alright.
Is that the replacement of the box, 10 years?
It's for nine, it says 9 in here. I would like to see it less than that, because towards the end of the life cycle, we see a lot of maintenance, maintenance-y stuff.
And our mileage and use is both up.
Yes,
We've significantly, sorry, I'll speak up. We have
Thank you.
more mileage and more runs, which means we're putting more wear and tear on the trucks.
Right.
So what used to be a 5 or 6 year or 10-year cycle may need to get a little lower because of our use. And I
So
don't
on your
think
new,
that has
on
to
your
be
new
decided
rigs,
tonight.
what we're encountering with the highway department is, the technology that's on the rigs is so great that if you're in warranty, you gotta tow it up to Charboy to have it scanned, and then, you know, it's a $900 bill to
Yep.
tow it up there,
yep,
to have it scanned, that's under warranty, that doesn't cost you anything, for a $128 part. Pretty soon, you've lost 10 days to 2 weeks with that
Yes.
equipment. Are you having the same problem with yours?
we're not, right now, because Patrick is still able to scan hours, and handle that.
And you're running Fords?
We are running Fords right now.
Everything you've got is a Ford.
Correct. Which is nice, because it's consistent anyway.
That's one of my observations is when you have Western Star, Mac, and Internationals, you can't scan. If you had a scanner, you can't scan them all. Because unless you buy some, and I'm going into highway and I don't wanna do that right now, but
Don't get her looking again.
You're lucky I'm busy adding.
so Dave, you up to speed with the 06?
Yep.
Alright,
Sorry, now I have another question.
Sure.
So, this is gonna be a remount of the 06 box.
Correct.
Which means, then when we're setting aside in the future year for the next
It's
one,
gonna be a-
we need to plan on a $400,000 to $450,000 number.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also looking at different manufacturers. We have gone with Osage in the past, that's what LT liked, that's what he set up. Things have changed, things have come, other companies have popped up. Fraser is one out of Texas that I'm looking at. They have trucks down actually in Franklin, Massachusetts that I may make a road trip and go see. But they're similar design, faster turnaround, and less money when I had them spec'd out last year. Less than $200,000.
Less than 200,000 for a remount or for?
No, no. Lori, I just became friends. We're good friends now.
you may have become.
So why don't we
friends with
sign the
Ford, maybe.
contract immediately?
We just,
From 400 to 200?
Well, I gave those numbers to our previous manager.
Yeah.
I meant to bring them with me, I did not, I can bring them on Tuesday, just so you guys can see what we're looking at.
Well, and maybe
so
I'll
is it
worry about
apples to
changing the
apples
future
for
years.
equipment?
Um,
Capabilities, I should say?
well, capabilities, yes, we're talking, actually, same size box as the 06, which is a 14-foot box, 4-wheel drive chassis, you know, box on 4x4, yeah.
Is it still Ford?
Let me just
For
recap
warranty?
this
I
conversation
know,
without having
my
to.
mind is.
to go on a record.
Our minds are
We have a-
blown,
we have a source
absolutely
for-
blown.
Do you have a contract with this, with what you're doing in May?
Yes.
Yes, that
You've signed
contract,
a contract.
yes.
Well, yeah, cause that, I mean, it's
It's been in
taken
line for 27
2
months.
years to do.
Okay, so you have no other contracts for your rolling inventory?
Correct.
Let's not have any more. Okay,
So,
we're done
Megan-
with them.
Megan, it's very interesting that we can buy an ambulance for half the cost from this, their name is what?
Fraser.
And they've been in business how long?
In ambulances, I'm not entirely sure, but they did oil rigs before ambulances and used that structure. So they've been around a long time. I will bring all this information on Tuesday night.
Short version is, we can potentially save money when we come around to do our next rig, and we're gonna look at that.
To see, and by then, they will be, your next trade is when?
The
see.
next truck will be the 22 and 32, 33.
Yeah, but, okay. What about some of these other things that we have coming up?
Like what?
I don't know, I'm looking
All
at
right,
them.
so in 5 years' time, about 5 years, we'll have an idea if this is a viable solution
Yes.
to go with a manufacturer who
In the same time zone.
is.
No, because they're in Texas.
Oh, I thought you said they were in Massachusetts.
No, they have trucks, they have sent trucks.
Ah.
Their built-out trucks are in Massachusetts.
I see.
Their factory is in Texas.
Okay, I'll forgive them.
They're built-out trucks
So trucks that they have made, delivered,
from Texas.
yeah, are in some,
That's where the
Franklin,
sales,
Mass. has
right,
it.
that's where the car lot is.
no,
No,
No, they
there's
just
a
sold some.
service that has one of their trucks
I see.
in Massachusetts. So
And that's the one you wanna go, take
I
a
wanna
look
go
at.
see, yes.
So
What a
we'll
nice
find
field
out,
trip.
I know.
Go.
we'll find out then over 5 years about what Texas is building for rust capabilities.
Mhm.
Cause that is,
It's a
they don't
concern.
use salt on the roads in Texas
Well,
unless.
what do you think they use in Osage, Oklahoma? Isn't that where Osage
No,
is?
they're
it's in
out
New York.
in,
Oh, it's in New York.
not in New York, it's in
Not Michigan, Wisconsin?
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, all right, they know what they're doing.
Okay. Frazier's been around since 1982, according to my research assistant over here.
Your tech, sorry, cool.
Yeah.
Dave, you got any questions?
No comment.
So on the positive side, if that were to work out, what I just said about the fact, reminding us the board's, direction on a 400,000 number, rather to borrow half or try to fund it, that would take care of that issue if that pans out. But luckily, we have time to, we have
Right,
enough years to see how that goes and see how,
I'll try to get those in your email, Lori. I'm not in tomorrow because I've got
neither mind.
clinical stuff, but maybe on Monday.
okay, we've got stretchers, they're reserved, they have a purchase date of 16, there's a balance of $44,700 essentially. They're 10 to 11 years, they're due to be replaced in the next year's budget, not the budget we're working on right now.
Correct.
And we've got 9,100 in there, which will give us $63,000, so that's gonna make it, will be a little, pretty close.
We'll be $17 over.
Alright. And then you have the stair chairs, there's 2 of those.
Yep.
They're replaced in 27, 28 also, so we have, I wish we could rotate these, but, alright. You get 5,000 in there, and expected cost of 6,700, and you've got 1,000 in there, so I think you're okay with that.
Mhm.
Radios and vehicles, they're 22, 23 years, 4,000, say $10,000 a piece. And they're gonna be replaced in 29, 30, you've got 4,000 in there, and you've got, by 29, you'll have another 8,000.
Mhm.
Radios, portables, those are $2,700 in the budget, and you need $850 for 10 of them. And that's looking like, and they are due to be replaced.
It's rolling.
That's rolling, so purchase a couple every year type situation.
Okay.
So that's working out okay.
Pagers, same thing I presume.
Yes.
UTV, ATV, it's an $18,000 balance. Replace it is 23,000. You're gonna replace it in a couple of years. And you are at 1,700, so
No, they're,
I think we're solid on that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as
Jaws.
23 is a good number.
As far as I know, I will do some research on that.
So the cost of the ATV, as I recall, when we bought the first one, we bought the ATV and then we bought it.
you're
Then we
welcome.
went out and bought tracks for it,
I know what that's like.
snow tracks. Will your snow tracks transfer to your new ATV
The UTV,
or UTV?
as far as I know, I don't know. I just got insider information that somebody, I think Matt just quoted or spec'd out a UTV replacement, and he quoted it at 30. So that is probably, 23 is
Is
probably,
low.
is short. It would be my goal to
Yeah, find out.
transfer if we can keep like the tracks, so we don't have to replace them, because they don't
Let's-
get a lot of use.
Right, let's verify that, so
Sure.
if we've got it, if we can transfer them, that would be good. But then again, you sell that, what do you think you could sell that for?
Probably pretty, I would say pretty decent money, because it doesn't have a ton of hours on it.
And the reason we're replacing it without a ton of hours is,
I didn't set up this replacement timeline. I don't know that it needs to be replaced, I don't know a lot about engines, but I know some of those types of things with their engines can be, the carburetors and stuff.
Yeah, I don't, I think it was the first, this was the first UTV we
Yes.
had. So I think there was somewhat of an unknown, it's the first time we had this
piece
type
equipment,
of
yeah.
vehicle.
So
And I
what's the-
think we're just estimating it,
right, so
10
what's
years.
what's the maintenance expense on that UTV so far?
Virtually none.
Well, then, from the farmer's standpoint, if you have a piece of equipment and it's meeting your goals, and it hasn't cost you an arm and a leg in maintenance.
Correct.
Then you would
Leave it alone,
continue maintaining your equipment
for sure.
until it starts costing you money, or it lays down.
Yeah. No, to be perfectly honest, I have not thought about replacing that, because it's virtually brand new in my mind. It runs well, we have not had any issues with it, it's performed well when we've had to use it,
Stored inside,
it's stored in the trailer.
right?
Actually, right now it's in the bay, but yeah, it's stored under cover, and it runs well, it's got a battery maintainer, so we don't have that issue, and the trailer's plugged in all the time, so, and we've used it out on a few scenes,
The UTV.
yeah, and it works really well for us.
The ATV is a different story.
The ATV is out of service.
So we have two things. We have the UTV, which is the multi-person carrier that has the login and can go up. And then we have a ATV, which helps shuttle equipment and personnel. And unfortunately, that ATV is out of service.
And that was taken out of the replacement cycle when the UTV came in.
right, so is this a situation that one of them was located to the Norwich
Yes.
facility?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Is that the ATV?
That's
Yes.
correct.
And was the thought process at that time that we would not be budgeting for an ATV?
And we're not.
Right, yep.
No,
Well, I
And
partly wondered if I should take ATV off the description line.
I agree, yes.
I make the motion to take ATV off.
Yeah, because every time somebody
Second.
comes to me and says it needs, I said, I don't have a budget for it. We have stopped budgeting for it.
Okay. We'll see if you can get it out of your inventory.
Working on that.
Okay.
So for the purposes of this budget and working toward, gaining knowledge and history, should we just change it to an estimated 15-year? I mean, if we need to adjust that in another year or two, or you see to start having,
Yeah,
you're starting to have maintenance issues. But
Is it
this seems like,
diesel or gas?
it's gas.
And who makes it?
Polaris.
I don't have any objections to rolling out the length of that. We can always roll it back in if we
right, if we
start.
start to,
Have issues,
Is it,
yeah.
it's hydrostatic, I presume?
I don't know what that
Does it
is.
have a clutch?
clutch.
No,
Alright, so it's hydrostatic.
Yeah.
And that's the most expensive thing that can fail on it.
yeah,
This means it's automatic.
yes. That word I know.
Anything with a clutch?
I can drive something with a clutch, but I prefer
Not
not to.
me.
I mean, it does
Okay,
have
so
a high
this-
and a low, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's normal hydrostatic.
Yeah.
So do we wanna think you just move, but for the moment, move it out for this budget season, we'll bump the year out 5 more years, make it 15, and move that out, and then I can adjust accordingly.
Yeah.
I'll put in 30,000.
Yeah.
And then adjust the numbers, okay.
So are we considering, changing that $1,700?
Well, I'll figure that number out once because I gotta increase it to 30,
And you're gonna take it out to 34?
so you'll be. Yeah. So 33, 34. 28 and 5 is 33, yeah. So 33, 34.
29 and 5 is 34.
Well, that's true. That's 28 and 5 is 33.
29 and 5 is 34.
Yes. 33, 34 is gonna be the replacement year.
Yes. I'm not
We're
gonna
gonna
be
make
between
that
that.
15.
34 and 35 could be the replacement year. And we'll just play jazz with it. We'll see what happens, because you can go over a rock and that changes everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully insurance will pick it up, but you never know.
So 35.
Hopefully it's got skid plates on it. Does it?
Yes.
Okay, good, I'm glad Scott. I am not mechanically inclined at all.
You just make sure my heart starts when you start pumping on it. That's all I care about.
Okay.
And we'll take care of it.
I am your girl for that.
Alright.
I would like to be there when you administer the drugs.
Do you want drugs or push the button that shuts?
He just wants to give you mouth to mouth.
Oh, is that it?
Oh, bingo.
I would draw that motion.
1,500.
1,500?
Yeah.
That'll be a solid dash, and we can, that number may fluctuate over,
Yes. Future years. That won't be my problem.
jaws of life. Or that would be called Maxwell giving mouth to mouth. But, so you've got, you refurbished it in 19,
Yep,
and you had a balance of $27,000 in it?
yep.
Replacement cost is 26,000 to 50,000. I really like your spreads. 26. It could cost 26,000. It costs 50,000.
Well, I think that's probably the difference between refurb and replacement.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you can speak to it, that's a good sign.
Again,
So it's been refurbished once,
yep,
and it was new before that.
yes.
And how long? I think we bought those, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been turn of the century, essentially 2005 at the latest.
Yeah, I think so.
So we've got a refurbished thing and it's working fine.
Yeah,
Why did you pause?
well, they don't get used very often. And so there's always a risk when stuff doesn't get cycled and used, that when you go to cycle it, it's not going to run. This is part of the conversation we're having internally about, are we gonna continue on this path? Are we going to continue to offer the service of being able to cut vehicles? Because fire also carries the same equipment.
Remember this.
And with our staffing the way it is, when, during the daytime, when Scott and I rolled out today, it was Scott and I. So if we're going to a car accident with entrapment and we're gonna have to cut this vehicle, Scott and I aren't doing any of that, because we have to provide the medical care.
Right.
So the fire department does that. So the conversation is, does it make sense for us to continue to carry this equipment that we don't train on very often, and that many of our members are not comfortable using, and there's a lack of desire among some members? My desire to climb into the back of a car or help cut a car open at this point is very well past. It's a younger person thing a lot of the time. And so that is a conversation we're having internally. It's an ongoing conversation and no decisions have been made.
So,
It does seem to be redundant, doesn't it?
It does.
It's very redundant.
yeah, but
And then the fire people are there when you go, they go.
Not
Well-
always.
what worries me more is you've got a piece of equipment that has to be cycled. it's a moving piece of equipment that when it's not moving, if there's not a program to exercise it, first off, it's got hydraulic hoses on it.
Correct.
And the hydraulic hoses, if you don't exercise them, you won't figure out that there's a crack in the hydraulic hose and there's a leak. So in this burning car that you're taking apart, you've got this little spray of hydraulic oil in it. That's just not that's not how you want to operate.
No.
So it would be interesting for me to know what in my military terms, is preventive maintenance is on that piece of equipment, and establish a program. We've got to, whether you guys change or not, but to find out that it's not being used, or it doesn't sound like it has a maintenance issue on it, I think it would be a good idea for that to develop. And I don't know if the fire department is doing that or not, but if it is something, I think you can see my point.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's part of the conversation we've been having internally of like, if we don't have people interested in exercising this equipment and training on this equipment, then why are we carrying it? Because it's not doing us any good and it's not good for the equipment.
Well, it certainly would make it easier to move a fence post.
In addition, we're cutting less people out of cars. Cars are safer, cars are, what used to, when I started back in the 90s, we used to pry dead bodies out of, now people are walking out of.
Yeah.
Cars are safer, and so us having to cut people or pry people out of cars, I'm on duty tonight, so I don't want to jinx myself, is not happening very often, which I'm glad to say. That's a good thing for our community, it's a good thing for society, but our use for these tools have gone down. They're still being trained on, we still use them 3-4 times a year to really train and cut and move, and so they're not just sitting for the full year, but they're not being used as many personnel and as often as they used to in the past.
All right, so for budget purposes, we've taken that horse right down to the ground.
Yeah.
And the manager, your manager, either the interim manager or your next manager, you need to have that conversation with
Sure.
what
Yes.
you're doing, because it's, I can spend the rest of the night on the plus and minuses of having
sure.
that piece of equipment, and that's not what we're here for.
Just, Charlie, just one question. Is it reasonable to assume, I guess for Megan, is it reasonable to assume that fire is going to respond in those instances where there's a vehicle involved and a potential cutout?
Yes,
that's
fire
Yeah.
responds, Berlin Fire, who we respond with into Riverton and West Berlin, they also have the equipment and that
Yeah.
ability. Roxbury is the question, but if we're going to a car accident in Roxbury, we're gonna request Northfield to come with that equipment as well.
Yeah. From everything I've heard, it just seems like it's doesn't make sense to keep it budgeted in the ambulance department. I would take it out if it were me.
What do we do with
Well,
the
it
balance?
is you, Steve, you're the manager, so we'll take it out.
Okay. I won't be here the next time you need to use it, but
Well,
Well,
I think the
hopefully we
discussion
won't have
needs
to
to
use
go
it on
one
you.
further more than a light time during a budget season, when I think about the fire department trying to go up to a rollover on the Warren Mountain Road
And I think we
on
need
the
to pull in
conditions.
Chief DeMassy as well, to.
Right.
I know,
Well, yes,
we
you
should
do.
not make this
That-
decision
you're-
without
yeah,
him.
sure. No, I hear you.
Well, my question would be, do we delay the funding then? There's already almost $27,000 set aside.
Yes,
And
I think
just-
we should.
Delete the fund, the 2,500 for the 26-27 year until that,
Yep.
Yes. And you've got enough for
because we
repairs, so
remove
you
it
can
from the
fix.
budget, we'll just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's,
It's
Fix
not
that
getting
out.
used enough, the cylinders aren't scored, the hinges are all repairable, the hoses, we've got the ability to make new hoses in the town garage. So, that sounds to me like something that should be certified, cause it's got hydraulic hoses on it. Gotta look into it,
Okay, I will.
and you can check with Pete, cause he's,
Theirs aren't hydraulic though.
There's our electric.
operated?
really,
Yes.
Ours is older and
technology.
hydraulic.
well, yeah, thank you,
knows?
you know, Appreciate that, Massey. It's always good to have you here. Yes.
He
And
knows.
we used to use crowbars and sledgehammers.
And hacksaws.
And, right,
Hacksaws.
and chainsaws with carbide tip chains on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna zero out the second draft number of $2,500.
Okay.
Power load for the ambulance, please explain what a power load is.
So that is the system that lifts the stretcher. We load it in and use hydraulics to bring the wheels up, and then but it does a lot of lifting. It eliminates a lot of back injuries.
What is its power source? What is?
It's
is
battery,
And it's mechanical, not hydraulic.
correct?
And does that get certified?
Yes, we have preventative maintenance on that every year.
Good job. Sorry, we started a conversation and
Yeah.
I just realized we got a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
All my stuff gets serviced.
Yep.
Well, not all of it. But I don't have any emergency equipment. So are we good with those numbers for 4,000?
Yep, those are,
32, 33?
and yeah, 35, 36. The one from the 17 ambulance will come out and go into the 06 box during the remount cycle.
Okay.
So we've changed, let's see, we took,
We gotta stay
basically-
on the power load for a minute.
okay,
Do you think 36,000 is valid?
I can get,
Cause there's 11,000 in there, and if we're not gonna replace it for 10 years, 35, 36 would be 10 years, at 4,000, that's 40,000, and we already have 11, that's 51,000.
That's probably just about what we need.
if,
Well,
if,
then I
by
could
then.
change the estimate from
I can
36,
get-
cause the numbers, I don't like it when the numbers don't add up.
I see that.
I can get new numbers on Monday.
Okay.
You
Scott
didn't
is
get a
Googling
check.
currently.
Who did you go over this budget with? Did you go over this budget with anybody?
No, I didn't.
Oh, good, thank you. Enjoy the weekend.
I have
Get us some
a
new numbers.
question. What's a boggin?
Boggin is an old piece of equipment. It's what we, behind the ATV when we had that piece of equipment.
It's like a toboggan.
It's like a toboggan that gets towed behind where we
Yeah.
would put a patient.
Okay, so I got
And it's
it.
good.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah,
I think it's got a set of wheels on it,
it
doesn't it?
does.
With that great big flotation tires on it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Currently, 38.5. So today's numbers is 38.5. I don't know what it'll be when we get down to.
And when we replace them, is this a type of thing where, like, what happens to the old one? Is it trashed, or is it,
I don't know.
I'm
haven't
sure
had
it's
that situation.
decertified and they
so
do.
there's no value, like a trade value, like, or?
There may be a trade value, but it's
But it'd be
probably
minimal.
minimal.
Okay,
Good question.
alright, so, for the purposes of this budget, you wanna adjust the estimated to, I mean, we could just say 40 for now. As we get closer, we'll adjust that number, and then I can recalculate the number based on 40,000, okay. I will do that.
40,000 for each.
Yes.
Yeah.
Each meaning the trailer?
No, the
Each
two power
tractor
loads.
has a power load, so we
The
have
two,
two.
the two power loads. And you said 32, 33 is a good number, and 35, 36.
Yep.
Okay.
Any further discussion on the ambulance department capital equipment plan? What about your trailer? It's on the bottom. Is that the one that the ATV, no, what do you call it now?
UTV.
UTV is stored in?
Yes.
And that came around, I think, when I was manager back at the turn of the century.
No, the original trailer did. And then back when we got the UTV, we got a new trailer.
Oh, all right. So that's how old?
19?
1819.
Yeah.
It's 6 years old.
And why isn't it on the, list? Why aren't we capitalizing that?
I don't know.
There was an agreement at the time that we bought the UTV. That the town would not budget for the trailer, or the bonding. That was an agreement agreed to at the time that the UTV was agreed to.
So we agreed to buy the UTV and a trailer to, store it in and transport it in, but we're not capitalizing the trailer because,
You can look back at the minutes, I believe the general agreement at the time was that it would be donated. The trailer would be covered by, either the ambulance volunteer fund or donations, and not funded by the
Okay.
town.
what year was
I
that?
do remember that discussion.
What year was that?
19.
When, about the time we bought the UTV, cause it was part of that discussion that we would do the UTV, but,
Yes.
I think I missed that.
so, so this 03, I'm sorry, the 03 trailer is gone?
The 03 trailer's
Okay.
gone, yes.
And it's a,
19?
approximately.
Check with LT, I don't.
I have the registration.
It would more than likely be around the same time as
Yeah.
the UTV, so.
Yeah, I think it's a 19. I think,
I remember that.
yeah.
And what's the Boggett
Polar, it's,
at the same time?
Yes.
Meaning 03, I should get rid of the 03.
yes, get rid of the 03.
You get rid of the boggin? Is that what I heard?
It was replaced in 2019. My dates are off because
Okay.
they were our original purchase.
The boggin still exists, as does the UTV. The UTV doesn't run currently. LT's actually working on it, and
Wait a minute.
Wait,
What
what
doesn't
UTV?
run?
the ATV.
Okay.
Yeah, you said UTV.
Sorry.
Hey, we all do it,
We
don't
all,
worry about
we all panicked there
Yeah.
for
No,
half
the
a second.
ATV currently does not run. LT is working on it to see if he can get it to run, but it's not going to be a piece of equipment for us. There may come a time that there's a conversation about somebody wanting to buy it, in which case I will bring that to you guys when that time arises.
it. Gotcha.
Oh,
Thank you.
sorry.
Anybody else, anything on capital improvement plan? Do you have anything for us?
Just want to say thank you for bringing forward at your budget meeting about the TDS building.
Yeah, that makes, that was a interesting conversation, cause the guy was installing my fiber up, in my house. And they've got really nice equipment with lots of flashing lights, of course I was attracted to it. So I went out there and we had that conversation. So we're moving to Ludlow, I think, he said.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what are you gonna do with that building? It's gonna be vacant. And I thought, it's right across the street from the fire department.
We had this.
Well, that was my suggestion to the.
It's,
last
apparently I
manager.
was the last one on board with this,
Yeah.
cause everybody had been thinking about it, but nobody told me.
Obviously, it's owned privately, Martha Mahan owns the
Right.
building.
Right, so we gotta figure out, that's gonna be an interesting discussion, cause then what would happen, cause you're gonna get served too, unless we can do something with, the basement here. So it would be, I would presume, because if we're moving as much equipment as we can out of a floodplain, the food shelf has gotta go too. It's part of it, it makes sense. So you can drive your apparatus out there, they can't drive the freezers out. So it's, situationally, it's kind of a good position to be in to,
See if the
that
owner's
we're
willing to even
first
talk.
Yeah.
having these
This is
conversations.
Pre-pre.
And we can clean up, cause we recognize that it has been, we're recovering from having a town and a village where there was like, we don't own the ambulance, we're not gonna help you. with
Charlie,
this."
that was long ago. Why do you keep bringing it up?
Because,
You got scars, I know.
I know, I get
Charlie, I'll send you to therapy, I'll pay the bill.
Thank you. No, no.
Sure, what you're getting into?
Alright, cool. You guys got nothing?
I know the therapy he needs. It's called electric shock.
You too.
Alright, well, that takes care of, ambulance, and then we'll go into police, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those pages
42.
are,
All right, I'm gonna do,
I think you'll excuse
yeah, you
us.
guys can
Thank you.
swoop, man.
all right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will bring those.
There's a warm seat right over there if you'd like.
I mean, the 42 capital improvement plan, $2,500, let me just say, they got a balance of 14,000. And, I know they're going to be putting some secure,
Yes.
cages in for record retention.
Yep.
And, I don't know what that would cost, I would think it would be about a $700 bill, I don't know. Bankers boxes, they can be open cages, just they can't be so people can access them easily. But that's not material to the budget, really.
No.
And, we don't have a representative for the police department to give us any ideas. And the building, however, the building is now 15 years old, right?
It's in pretty good shape,
It
Charlie.
is, seems to be.
Yeah, and we had some major expense regarding the doors and stuff, which we took care of.
Which is always, those doors are always gonna be, but I spent 2-3 hours, over there with Brian, and it seemed like, I echo that thing, they've got a heater that's broken right now, that's an O&M issue.
Right.
So, I don't see any paving issues, I think we're well funded there.
I have a question.
You do?
Yeah, there's nothing here about vehicles.
That's on that's capital equipment.
That's, we'll get
That's,
there.
that's capital equipment.
Different page.
Oh, yeah, okay, thank you.
That's the next discussion.
Okay, I got ahead of
Is
myself.
everybody comfortable with leaving that 2,500 in there?
I am.
No.
What do you want?
You know,
He said he's not
Want it out.
happy.
You wanna take it out?
Yeah.
Do you think 14,000 is enough?
Yes.
The drag is, what that does to your budget is this. You wanna have this in your budgets, John. You don't wanna have this. Well, you've got it in there and you got it out, cause if you put it back in there, then it's gonna be a spike. We can reduce it, but you ought to have something in there. That's my sense.
Okay.
We just, yeah,
I think I'd like to leave it in because when we get a new police chief, that person needs to have, this is symbolic, that we're looking forward to something.
and we had past experience years ago with not funding building
Yes.
budgets. And it
Exactly.
happened to have been the police department, and that did not go over well.
No,
So we have tried hard to at least put $2,500 in to budgets to plan for future.
makes
Okay.
sense.
The doors can eat up a lot of money but I'm more you've got a roof, the roof is now 15 years old. Or actually, it's 20 years old, isn't it? Yeah, it is, it's 20 years old, that was a 2003, so and the roof is composite as I recall.
It
So
is.
you're gonna be looking at a new roof eventually there, cause it's what's composite roofing cost? Or last, 30 years?
About that.
Yeah, so you're gonna be looking at a new roof.
Yeah.
In some time.
Okay, leave it in.
And so, speaking of that, would the generators that we just installed, and I talked to Lori, that when the generators, turn 1,000 hours of operating expenses, or operating time, we ought to consider putting a, cost to that. If you have building improvements, and that would not include a generator, that would be a separate line item in capital equipment, correct, Lori?
What, you wanna do what?
If you have a generator, your generator expense could not come out of here, it would be in the capital equipment.
Or
O and M?
O and
What,
M.
what do you,
Or
oh, what are you, are you talking
for
about replacing the
replacement,
next one?
yeah.
Oh, replacing the next one would be capital, could be capital equipment, replacing the next one, yes.
And what I thought, what I wanted to express to you is that when the generators get 1,000 hours on them, that's when we should start putting money in for the capital equipment for the generators.
I
To-
got you.
Why?
Because they're good for 10,000 hours. And it won't be a lot, but you're gonna just, it's gonna be a long time before, because they're on Northfield Electric, it's gonna be a long time before you're gonna see 1,000 hours. I mean, I had a very good day today. They came up to fill up my propane for my generator, and it was only 2 gallons. I loved it. So,
So are they, I mean, I don't know anything about that. Mechanically, if they just sit and aren't used, do they have a
they have
a wear and tear where they won't then last 10,000 hours?
they have a weekly startup, so they exercise on a weekly basis. So, and then you will have an annual oil change, and they also do a sine wave evaluation to make sure that the generator is the way it's supposed to be, and that's a maintenance issue that we're gonna have to put in next year.
Okay, so when they were put in, was there an estimated lifespan
Yes, 10,000 hours.
in years? Rephrase that. So
Well,
I didn't know if anyone did any type of analysis or thought on the, you know, I mean, I realize that if we had a major outage and they're running for 3 days straight, that would change things, but 3 days straight isn't that much compared to 10,000 hours.
No,
So I'm just trying to
And
think, are we
it's
thinking
not
like 10
10,000.
years or 20 years or?
I'm confusing the hours for the price of the generator, sorry. But
Those
I will get back.
generators were like 30,000,
No, yeah, right.
not 10,
Right.
which I was gonna bring up.
Anyway, there is a life expectancy of the generator that is, let me get back to you on that, cause I
Okay.
just misspoke, I think it's closer to 2,000 hours. But, you'll be able to replace that generator, and you can extend that with a maintenance program.
And you said we could add that to O and M next year?
I would think so. And,
They should just come out of
yeah,
building maintenance.
because
Yeah.
our maintenance, if you don't, it's one thing to change the oil on the generator, that anybody can do that. But what I saw when they did mine at the end of the year year warranty, they came down and they did it, I mean, it was a $300 service charge, cause they went into first off, they cleaned it, then they went into with technology and evaluated the signal for Wi-Fi, the sine wave that the generator, is putting out, the electricity the generator's out, it's, I looked at it and I was so glad that I had that, rather than me do it myself.
Charlie, do we have a warranty on that?
Brian, let me say, I would expect that we do.
We do. I've seen it. Don't ask me how long it is.
I was just,
It's-
that would be my
it's
next.
a-
But we'll get it, we can get that information, cause the vendor lives here in town.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a year, cause it's the same generator I got. Yes, and then then you can buy an extended warranty, but you still have to have a service program, so keep the service program.
You definitely have to service it.
Alright. Very good, well, that was a wonderful discussion. So that, John, have we, convinced you to leave some money in that?
Yes.
I have it on recording, so if he says no, I have it on recording.
Alright, cool. Is it objectionable to have it as 2,500, sir?
No, keep it at 2,500.
Alright, very well. Any further discussion on the capital improvement plan for the police department? Hearing none, we'll go to page 50, but above.
5.
I was gonna say. And this is gonna be a fun one to have a discussion with, because, right now, our rolling inventory isn't rolling. So, but can we talk about CIP after we have the discussion with what, the manager has come up with, potential police department coverage?
Well, I mean, you
And
can
just
talk
leave
about
these
whatever you
numbers
want.
as they are? I mean, we changed computers, to $6,800 just to cover a deficit and leave $1,000 in there. That's what the yellow line is it covers that deficit.
Yeah.
I
So,
think one of the really things that the board has just gone back and forth on with it
How many
is
vehicles?
how many vehicles. And we varied on that thought process. Right now, we're budgeting for 3, but I believe we still have 4. Don't we still own the 2019, and that was what the chief was driving, but we had said we won't budget for 4. I was thinking we still have the 2019, but I wasn't positive about that. And
I recall.
John made us get rid of the 14.
Yes.
yeah, and the 18 was an accident, so that's gone.
Yeah.
And the 4, they're only on there because there was that little money left that I need to transfer. I'm thinking we have 4, but the board had agreed in prior budget years that we will only budget for 3 vehicles now in the future.
Because of the amount of people on the force at the time.
Right.
But if our goal is to go back to a full force of 6, that will change that.
That was 5,
5 plus the chief.
plus the chief, yeah.
And that, from the discussions we've had with the surrounding agencies, it takes 5 years to rebuild the police department. When it goes down the road, we've only got 1 lawman in there. We might get more, but we'll see.
So you just made a proposal that we leave the numbers as is.
Right?
I would.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
It's not
For
gonna,
now, and we can
we
address.
call that level funding, Mr.
Yes,
Maxwell?
yes. And we'll see where the department gets built.
So, sorry, but my only other comment on that is this budget calls for a car to be replaced in 26, 27. Which again, can be finalized or dealt with at a different time period. With a budget that we have before you, you would have $60,000 to
we have the
replace that
money.
car. That seems reasonable, but I'm,
And we can delay the purchase.
absolutely, you can delay if,
I'm going on airplane mode, I'm sorry. That call was from the Philippines.
No comment.
He was a sailor who moved to the PI. He was my desk mate in independent duty school. Where is my,
You have an interesting life.
Exactly.
Nobody calls me from the Philippines. Does anybody call you from the Philippines?
Absolutely not.
Despite rumors.
Yes, exactly. You can check my phone out, Mary. It's very mundane.
Yeah.
I dare say he's probably got his own Key Largo or Mar-a-Lago castle in the PI. He's got military retirement, social security, and retirement from the MSC.
And he doesn't shovel snow.
And he doesn't shovel snow. His only bad habit
Where are we
is-
going now, Mr. Chairman?
miscellaneous and admin are on the
That's
agenda
right,
for
yes.
possibilities.
Next one is admin.
What page?
Well, that could be
And that's another one.
Are
I'm not
you
gonna do anything about.
admin, capital improvement, capital only, right, 'cause
Capital
you're
only
saving.
until, and if we have time,
Alright.
we'll reach into it.
Well, page 38 is technically, there's nothing in the budget, but page 38 is technically admin.
Okay?
Which the first line could be interesting.
What are we looking at here? There's nothing in here.
Well, I did say there's nothing currently budgeted for that. There is economic development
Yeah,
funds left. The discussion would be, could be, whether you wanted to, use those funds for anything in particular, leave them, it is a voted reserve, so.
we do have expenses related to our manager search, our interim manager, recruitment, and our future manager that we've signed contracts for, is that correct?
Yeah.
So that should be in the budget.
You wanna put that under admin?
Well, that's where it looks like it's been in the past.
In the past, it was there, I mean, it's not really a capital item, but we,
Oh, right.
we needed
Why
to,
would that
I mean, it was, I'm not really sure why that happened, it was probably years ago, but,
Before my time.
yeah.
So our manager search should be completed in this fiscal year, not the one we're working on.
That's fine, which, and it, we can charge
point.
that to the,
We
either the
hope.
management support or the manager's budget as O&M professional services.
Yeah.
Which means we could just clear this line out and move the $8 somewhere else and get rid of this
I'm in
line.
favor of that. Get rid of it.
Any objections?
Nope.
Steve, you good with that? Of course he is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And your interim manager expenses are really covered by the, well, not knowing what the separation agreement was, I was gonna say the manager's, current manager's, interim manager's expenses are covered by what was budgeted for payroll.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that, I'm presuming, I have not seen, but I'm presuming we signed some sort of contract with VLCT to do the search.
Correct.
So it's those
Yes.
expenses that we were looking at potentially needing the budget, but they're gonna fall within this fiscal year.
I'm sorry, I misread that line. Yeah, you're talking about the search process, not the
Right.
body. Okay.
I'll just bring it up now. Steve, you and I'll need to discuss this, the Vorax signage. When the board voted this line item initially, it was ARPA money at $25,000 for Vorax signage. That wasn't spent or contracted by the December 24th deadline. So it was part of the move to municipal workforce retention into the general fund, rebudgeted as surplus to go to Vorax signage. In the town report, it says Vorax signage. I believe the signage is done.
I thought it was done.
Yeah. I thought the entire project was done. I am 99% sure the prior manager signed the final pay rec to the grant, and we sent it in as final. Recently, maybe November, there was another $2,000 charge for treating vegetation, I believe. And I think there was some inquiry from the people that were dealing with our Northfield group that was dealing with this project about spending some additional funding. My concern is that it's not reserved because it's now surplus money, but it was put in the town report as Vorax signage. So there may need to be some discussion there about what to do with that remaining money, rather just like reallocate it as Vorax as trails or whatever Vorax stood for, so they can spend it on additional things, or how to handle that. I'm just concerned about the prior vote and the prior wording of it, and I don't want it to be spent on something that was not signage,
Well, that's
So
the
we
easiest
might
way
need to
around
look
that
at
is
it and-
talk to that group's chairman.
you know.
And, I think I've got his number.
I know, well, Deb Zerwaro was really
She-
the one that was
Right, she's
initially,
in Minnesota, Minnesota, I think.
okay.
And right
it's-
now, also, and Lydia would know right off too.
We just might need to do something within the budget to, take it out of signage and put it to
Yep.
a more generalized line item so that it can be used, or the board may choose to use it for something else.
All right.
If the project is done.
Well, signs get, trees fall on signs and they get vandalized, so having a sign repair fund, I think should be considered.
Okay. Did we already talk about the town clerk? I didn't think we did, but, so page 39 is the town clerk in the vault that.
We briefly talked about it,
Right.
we came up with no plan, other than there is a need.
That's it, we haven't talked about it in this, venue.
Oh, that's right, it was a subcommittee.
It was a subcommittee.
Subcommittee, correct.
And it's, roughly, it looks to be about $150,000,
Where did you get that number?
I think from Ken.
Okay, cause I asked her if the quote came through and it hadn't. That might have been a
It could be
preliminary, yeah.
it could be a swag.
Yeah, well, I mean, he might have given some generalized number, but she does not formally have the quote yet.
But I told her, when was it, well, it wasn't today, yesterday I was in the town vault looking for stuff related to the gravel pit. And, I told her we're budgeting for it, so we're doing the best we can, but it is cramped in there.
Well, this has been a known for quite a long time. And I thought there was opportunities for grant money discussion,
I asked her to ask that.
and so we should follow up with that.
Well, we've got a grant writer, we're gonna tell him.
Yeah, exactly.
The $31,000 we put in highway for the 3 bridges, 2 on Chamberlain, 1 on Monte, that we're going to hope get some grant money too, but, if you get it, great, then you've got a little bit of a surplus, we roll it into the next budget, but if you don't, you can get the bridges fixed where they need to be fixed.
And some of the vault costs, it's hard, it'll depend on, you start extending the vault, then you get into structural
Yes.
in the basement. And we already did some structural work, years ago, so there was some concern about it then. I don't know if the repairs that were done took care of that issue, but when you start adding the weight of a vault, it's not just the vault, it's a structural to the building that may have to be done.
So I think you need a comprehensive plan if there's a.
That would be wise, and you also have a, area with tons of paperwork in it that has no, fire suppression system. So I don't know what it was back, what it is currently today, but if you use sprinklers, what have you just done with all those vital records? So the next thing would be a Halon fire suppression system, but that's Freon, and in today's world, I don't know if they even use Halon fire.
They do not. I'm very familiar with suppression systems.
I bet you are.
You just had a fire, so.
Correct.
So were those sprinklers?
Yes, they were.
Is there any other, system that works for,
Well, you
Class A
you
fire?
have either water
Right,
that's filled, or you have compressed air that will
blow the water into it.
blow the water into it.
But that's it, there's no other super chemical,
Not to my knowledge.
alright?
Well, I mean, that's part of what will also drive your cost is, I did listen, one gentleman came over and talked to Kim, she had me listen in on that. Depends on how many hours, the rating for the vault,
Right,
Right.
right? So, and the temperature of, the
That-
degree, temperature of the fire,
It really needs a comprehensive look and a more detailed plan versus just throwing money.
so she went out on her system and asked town clerks, they gave her consultant or contractors, I'm not sure which one it was, and that work is in process, but I know it's gonna be over 100,000.
Can't do anything until we have a firm number, but we could start planning.
And I think we ought to plan just on
And
doubling
that
it.
25,000 is, from surplus? Is
not,
that the yellow? I was
uh,
looking at the yellow.
oh, all the yellow means it's a change from the draft,
Got it,
that's all.
thank you.
From the first draft.
I do
It was
think-
not out of surplus, because I ran out of
Yeah.
surplus at the time.
No problem.
And then we probably wanna bump the future years, not 500, we probably, I don't know what we wanna put in there, but it's just not realistic to show 25,000 and then 500.
39.
I don't know if we wanna put 10 or,
I think you ought to put 25 in there, cause we're gonna do it.
39, sorry.
Sorry.
we're gonna need, twice as much as we've,
I was just saying, what
more than
should we change
twice as
these
much
to?
as we have right now to do this, and if we start now, we're gonna start spending that $22,000 in plans, architectural designs. So you're gonna start spending that money and with hopes of going to construction in a couple of years.
I've always been a proponent of long-term planning for facilities.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna spend a significant amount of money, like 150 grand, are we gonna be living in this building for the next
Right.
10 years?
Are we?
Well,
I mean, it's
no
like-
one wants to answer that question. I hear a lot of naysayers that this building is obsolete, blah, blah, blah.
I've been here for 34 years, and you know how many designs that I've been
Exactly.
involved with
Exactly.
to
They
change
used
this
that-
building or to move, and we haven't moved yet.
Yeah, but that's my point.
There used to be fire trucks across the hall.
Yes, I know.
So-
I see pictures.
Right, so, I used to play them. Until I
It's
get yelled
still
at.
sold. Well, my point is, let's make sure we're in this building if we're gonna spend this money in this building. Let's not spend it and, oh, we're gonna move to the TDS building now.
Yeah,
That
that's
will
what
be-
my thought.
That was the,
Because that's,
Makes sense.
yeah,
but I thought we just talked about the TDS building in the context of the ambulance.
do you know how big that building is? It's huge.
Oh, we could all be together in a big happy family.
Well, I think if that building is seriously considered, it's plus the acreage around it.
Well, this, yeah, I mean, the
That's
set
fun.
aside could be used for the vault there.
Well, I gotta bring
But
this up.
25's a big number.
I gotta ask this question, is there any restriction on use of the interest of ARPA funds? There's $134,000.
No, there's not 134, you used that last year.
Oh, we did, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's in there. The board,
Oh, I get it,
The
I
board-
get it, okay, got used
Right.
last year?
the board put the $134,000 into the budget to be used for matching funds for future
Yes.
grants.
Okay,
So the 134 is gone. There is,
okay,
as of November of '25, there is 18,000 in additional interest in ARPA funds that can be used for some purpose when we start talking about use of surplus.
okay.
There it is. I just was looking for it.
So are we leaving the 25,000 in there? I mean, I know you'd like to have an answer whether we're gonna be here, but,
No, I mean, no, I think it's prudent to plan for it.
Okay.
Let's just see how it
If we
sugares
move,
up.
and we don't spend the money, great, but I think you're gonna,
Well, you're gonna need it somewhere.
Oh, yeah, if you move, you're gonna need to
you're
fix
gonna have
it.
to have a vault.
You're gonna have to have
I've been
a
hearing
vote
about this
anyway.
for
It's
at
gonna be
least
more than
13 years.
150,000.
Yeah.
And so now we're
I
doing
think I'm in
something
my
about it.
13th year.
And then the future years, I'll just change, 500 looks ridiculous, frankly,
Yeah,
if we're planning on actually doing this, we
Yeah.
should bump that number. Do you wanna go with with 25,000, or I just wanna do something larger than 5?
Well, so 25,000 was a throw the spaghetti on the wall and see if it stuck number, is that what it was?
it was a
From the
Paduma.
committee?
The, 25,000 added on there was, based on, starting the project now, starting spending money with design and, going to construction within 2 years, and the construction, the whole cost of the project is, I got the sense that it was between 120 and 150. And the high-end cost was because of, my idea of putting a fire suppression system in there. But if the vault is airtight, it's gonna burn itself out. And quite simply, the way those files are in there, you couldn't get any of those things to burn unless you had an accelerant in there. Because she's got records in there that are tight, man, you couldn't take a match in there to one of those stored files. It wouldn't burn, it's like a bale of hay, you'd get the fringes to catch on fire, but the bale of hay isn't gonna.
So 25,000, 50,000. If you do that, like 50% of it.
What page are we on again?
I would say
39.
$500 is ridiculous if
Yes.
we're gonna really pursue this. But 25 grand every year is overkill. So let me just do it a little quick. That's 50, 25. And you said in 2 years.
So if you build a vault in, let's say, 5 years, you'll need 25,000 every 5 years, and then you can lower it to whatever you want.
Well, that is if we finance it in a CIP,
That's right.
but we could finance it another way.
Open up your pocketbook, Dave.
Yeah,
I'll chip in with you.
I'll double what you put in, how's that?
Okay, I'm good for that. I think I'll put in about 100,000.
Don't get started this way. We got a lot more to do.
All right.
I would just like a number for the 27 through 35 years.
I suggest 10,000.
We can adjust it.
Yep.
And my reasoning for that was half of the 150 is 75, of which this year coming up, plus the balance is 50. And the next 2 years is gonna be 70. I mean, 12,500 if you wanna get technical.
So why don't we suggest 12,000 instead, Dave?
Sounds good.
No, it's 12,000.
Leave the 25 in there,
Yep.
and this is gonna be
Yeah.
For the
12,000.
next 2 years
Oh,
successive
Philly, look at
after.
the mess you're making of me.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm trying to
Well,
help
for
you.
now,
You are very helpful.
listen. Oh,
And so this is going to
So you're gonna
be,
be- you're
whatever,
gonna be a
whatever
tiny-
this is gonna be.
That stays at 25.
That's true.
25K.
She's gonna give you new pages anyway,
Yeah, I know.
and you don't have to audit her page, her paperwork. I've
You
discovered.
do
I
not.
imagine not. I wouldn't even think of it.
All right,
Where do we go next?
page 52, capital equipment plan for administrative.
Oh, computers and copiers, my favorite items.
Administrative, right?
So we have I mean, you can see the copiers and computers, and that's not changed, it's just been adjusted. But, the video camera, does anybody know about the video camera?
Well, which one are you talking about?
The
'Cause
one
the
that's in
town
this-
owns several.
The town owns several video cameras.
Certainly.
Do you know where they are?
Police department, the 3 bridges in the falls.
Are they video cameras or are they game cameras?
The
They're
one
game cameras.
They're game.
at the falls, I believe there's a video system in the police department.
This is a video camera, not a system.
Well, I believe that unless this is
So-
what we used to use in Channel 7 days.
Yes.
That's what I was wondering, if that's what it was.
It was. I think
Okay.
I think we ended up years ago moving the balance to
$7.92.
something up, and it just left $7.92 there.
Yeah, I don't think we need a video well.
I can't- With a,
No, we have
everybody's
the
got phones.
Yeah,
So we've got we've changed to technology.
so I would just take that right out of the,
Well, the only reason it's there is because the $7 is left, but I can transfer it to something.
yeah, and get rid of the
Yeah.
video camera.
Well, now, is this where I asked the questions about the improvements to the system we have in the
Sure.
community room?
Well, it's not in this budget.
Well, when you say computers and things like that, that's when I start thinking
Yeah.
about that.
That's administrative.
Yeah,
It is,
Right.
and I'd like to have it, we've talked about it several times, I am hoping that I can get the, Chromebooks for us to use, and that's no charge.
Yeah.
But, we wanted to have improvements, remember that? We've
Oh,
all
yeah, we
talked about
instructed the
that.
manager and he said he was on it.
Oh,
and,
yeah, he was on it.
it didn't come.
No,
So I don't know where that's the question, I don't know where the funding plan was. I believe we discussed in the manager's budget, was there any discussion about that?
I'm looking right now, Dave.
Upgrading, upgrading
it's in
the
the-
community
It's
room?
in the library building budget,
Okay,
which, is, and there's like $8,000 in there, I think.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
well, one of my questions was, why is that much?
well, because the board identified that 2 budget cycles ago.
library.
Page
is-
45?
Oh, okay.
45? Thank you.
Right.
So,
So it's 8,000 for community room update. We didn't add any additional in this 26, 27 budget. There's 8,000 in there now for community room updates.
So, let's talk again about that. Now, wasn't there something about the floor? Well, that got done.
That's done, yeah, those were
And then-
maintenance items. really.
Yeah, okay,
And ceiling tiles
Yeah.
still need to be replaced, but that's O&M, I mean. that
okay,
shouldn't-
okay.
I
And the
thought they-
kitchen update is
did they
done.
replace those tiles?
There's a few that still need replacing or have been redamaged.
All right. So as we're looking at this, the Historical Society basement is short for $1,422. We put in $2,500 that covers that deficit. Nobody has talked to the Historical Society about their needs, and today or yesterday I got a picture from Diane McCain of a raccoon that had dug its way into the basement through the foundation and then died. And that was discovered recently, within the last week. So I talked to Steve today about having, his name is Cass. Do you know who he is? So the guy that built that sign for the Historical Society out there, he's part of them.
Oh, I know him,
Yes,
yes.
nice guy. He's going to meet with a contractor. He's got a list of needs that would include the apparent penetration from the raccoon to repair that. In addition, you've got the walkway that goes from the parking lot here
Yep.
up there. I'm going to add, that was supposed to be done
Exactly.
a long time ago, and for the rest of this, and it's got a lean to it. So
No
the
doubt.
contractor, I'm
It's
gonna
a
ask.
safety issue.
It is.
It is a safety
You mean
issue.
this
I
one?
wouldn't take my
Yeah.
life in my
So
He
hand.
actually uses that?
Well,
The point being
take a look
is,
at it. Who would want
Well,
to?
it's also kind of
It's
also
ugly.
a way
what?
of plowing.
It's ugly and it's not
Needs
safe
to
in
be
the winter
removed, we
time.
told the manager to do it 2
so
years.
we're gonna have a contractor come in with this guy Cass, and we're gonna go through it, and we're gonna come up with some money that needs to be spent, but we wanna stabilize. We'll talk to the contractor, if he thinks he can take that stair cover off this season, then we will get that done, cause it is a safety hazard. And then, we'll just, go through what their needs, and we'll come back with an idea of implementing some repairs. But having a hole in the foundation that a large raccoon can get into, that's not the way we do business. Steel, wool, and cement works.
And it's got a smell. That's how
Brian
they
Buck
probably
took care
knew
of my problem.
Well,
when
I
it
thought-
started to stink. Jeez,
Well, so you got that. So, on this budget line, that's gonna be, you can expect to see some money being asked for that, but I don't know what the going rate for a contractor is right now.
if you can find one.
But I imagine it's $50 an hour or $40 an hour. And Steve
So
knows,
Mary, getting back to your original question, that is where the $8,000 is the community room update that's supposed to be permanent wiring, mounting of the system on the wall, that type of stuff.
And by-
Replacement of the chairs.
And did that also include, the things for accessibility. There's something wrong with the
Downstairs. bathroom.
downstairs bathroom.
I saw that sign.
Well, I overheard a discussion.
So I'm
With
sure
you.
it didn't.
All of that's going to be discussed with the contractor. That's the, who was it? Was it Kristen that brought it up?
Kristen brought it up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
brought it up, the last time we met, Tuesday night,
Mm-hmm.
and, it's been, how long has it been out of order, John?
Oh, I think 2
Since
months.
Labor Day.
3 months.
So,
Labor Day.
when I discovered that, Dave, I talked to Steve and asked him if he had any objections for me to find a contractor and get some work
4
done.
months.
Cause right now, the kiddos have to go upstairs
Right.
when they're using the community room.
I had to go upstairs the other night.
Right, so,
It's ridiculous.
we'll see what happens.
Well, you can go there in the dark if you want to, 'cause it's just the light.
What light?
In the bathroom,
That's the problem?
no, it's not just the light, it's just the door and the light.
So it's an electrical issue.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's electricians in this town that work for the town.
yes.
All it needs is Steve McKenzie to get on the phone.
Got it. And I'm
We shouldn't be
I'm
worried
working
about
with
that
Steve
type
to
of
make
stuff.
that happen.
No, we should not.
We should not be talking about that stuff.
But, yeah, 4 months.
But the $8,000 is the funding source for those upgrades, Mary.
Okey dokey, that's fine.
So now we just have to have the manager implement it.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know, do
Where
you
do we
consider
go?
listers admin? Well, it's admin and miscellaneous, so.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we go back to page 48, then if we just go through them each page at a time, we'll try to stop you from jumping, having to jump
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So, I did talk to Tom, and, the reappraisal, it should start in July of 26, take effect for the 2028 tax year. He said they'd need $1,000 more, so you could do $500 in each year, for 2 years. It's, if you don't wanna do $1,000
What page are you on?
48, and she's,
I'm sorry, did I say 48?
Yeah.
My bad, sorry.
I'm
40.
writing and I'm looking at Memorial.
I know, and it's recreational stuff, and it's weird. What do you
Getting
want?
old, my bifocals, I can't read the page numbers.
What number do you want us to look at?
40, not
Oh.
an 8, that's not an 8, it's a 0.
That's fine,
All right,
and
so
also,
repeat
you've
those
done very
dates
well.
again.
So the reappraisal, start July of 26, with a plan to take effect for the 2028 tax year.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He needs another $1,000, so he was suggesting $500 for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
$500 in 26, 27, and $500 in 27, 28,
Under reappraisal?
under reappraisal.
So, if it's going to be, take effect to the 28th, that means that the year 27 is going to be your BCA cost, because you're gonna, you budget for the Board of Civil Authority, you increase their, payroll, right?
Potentially for meetings
Right,
in,
so but that's not this budget, so it doesn't make any
not
difference.
this budget.
No.
Just reminding everybody that you're gonna have to have that part of it.
And then on tax maps, he did ask for approximately 1,500 just to stay, so they haven't been done yet for this year, which is why there's 4,800 left or in there. It won't take the full 4,800, but he wanted to keep, just a steady progress on that.
Yep.
So for this year, it was 500 on reappraisal and 1,500 on tax maps, if that's all right with the board.
1,500 over 10 years? If 1,500 a year? Stretched out?
It looks like it's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on, it depends every year on the number of changes they have and how many tax maps they have to have redone. He's just saying for the 26-27 year, he would like 1,500. I would leave the future years at 25 and we can
Okay.
adjust it each year.
Okay.
If there are a lot of changes, it'll cost more. If there aren't as many, a little less. He doesn't have a capital equipment, so we don't have to worry about that.
Page 41 is fire department, we've done that?
Just a question on the administrative, the Better Place grant, did we find out if we can keep that?
We have not yet.
It's whatever the agency was that Richard Amante was, because he was the grant administrator at the time, and I do remember him in an email traffic saying that we could keep that. So I'm sure it's an email form. Charlie and Mary can find it, I'm sure.
I'll be looking at the emails after Steve leaves tomorrow if he's gonna be here. Are you gonna be here tomorrow, Steve?
Yes.
Alright. So I'll get on the computer tomorrow. I'm happy to report that the, what I was looking at for lawyers I found.
Cemetery's on 44, if, I'm not sure how it's 20 of 8.
Yep, it's time to go soon. So that's to do the better grants, the better is to find
Better
out the
Place,
status,
yes.
Better Place. Okay, what's going on here?
So page 44 on the cemetery,
Yeah,
we're just maintaining some stone the funding for stone monument restoration. You never know what that's gonna run and wanna make sure those stones are taken care of.
What is that, can I ask?
Actually, if the stones have broken in the cemeteries or have fallen over or broken or in disrepair.
So it's not the stone wall, it's the individual,
Right.
okay.
But we do have a front wall fund too, Mary, or,
Sally?
Sally. Sorry.
That's okay, I'll wear my name tag next
All
time.
right, Sally.
There's
Oh, I see
a
that.
good balance in the general cemetery restoration. We sort of, one year we got away, for a few years, we got away from doing individual little line items for every little project, and we did this general cemetery restoration, because I forgot how many we take care of now, 7 or something around that area. So there's almost $16,000 still in that fund, so we felt we just needed to do the stone monument restoration account.
Yeah. So really, no changes other than.
Any questions about the cemetery? 45 we just did. 46 is municipal building.
I'm surprised to see that the clock in the church, that we pay for that.
That happened before
It's
I
ours,
was
beyond that.
manager. The church couldn't afford to keep the town clerk, and they requested or petitioned or something.
That was
We
under
took it
Gad
over.
Boys, I think.
Huh?
That was under Gad Boys.
Gad Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the only things here would be to add the generator line item, I think, because that's what you were talking about with
Yeah.
other funds. It's 0, so that's why it's not on here. It was paid for by ARPA, so, but I can add it just so it's on the radar for future.
I think you better, because
I
there's
would-
a lot of, there's maintenance that needs to
You-
happen.
you
Well, the
get-
maintenance will come out of building
Yeah.
O&M maintenance, but I'll put in, I think it was
Placeholder.
roughly like, yes,
Yes.
30,000,
We
and
need a placeholder.
then you were gonna check on your hours. But just so that it's added to each one of the budgets.
Mhm. And here's the building improvements, there's an increase here in the municipal building, in addition to that vault increase that you were talking about.
That's under admin.
What are we supposed to be doing with this building with that money?
Well, your building improvement fund is short by 1,000.
Yeah,
That's why it was
So-
increased.
So you're essentially putting in 2,500.
Yeah, so what are we gonna do with $2,500?
As Dave accurately pointed out, when you have a building, you're going to have problems with it, so put some money in the fund.
So
Yeah,
about
we built
5
that
years
wall.
ago,
That's why it's a deficit.
so 5 years ago, that fund was 110,000.
Good God and mercy.
So see how that disappears?
Yeah, is now, I wanna speak about the condition of the tiles in the bathrooms and why that wasn't sealed properly, and,
Mary,
yes?
I'm going to have a contractor here tomorrow. We're gonna walk around and look at that stuff. Steve McKenzie, I'm working with Steve,
Yeah,
and I'm going to get somebody with keys, and we're gonna come down and take a look at everything.
yeah,
Right here, the tiles
that,
and the-
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I just don't know if
I
it's
know.
before
Yeah.
Meals on Wheels or after.
I've actually tried to.
Are we setting the agenda tomorrow?
We are,
No.
9:30.
Okay.
Any other needs for this?
Well, the only thought would be, yeah, after that conversation, whether it needs to be increased.
Yep, so
'Cause it-
that'll be a follow-up then.
On building improvements?
Right.
Yes. Once we get cost estimates.
You got clapboards falling off on this side of the building too.
Exactly, down
Good.
there.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
that's right
mold.
there, a little bit, yeah.
So, since we're talking about the building, we still have to watch water damage every time it rains. So, water comes in, because the driveway has been repaved so many times, the pavement is above the walkway. But you can't, it would be hard to raise the walkway because then it would cover the
Affect
door. You wouldn't be able to open the door. So a lot of times we're out there trying to divert water still. So just a thought. That we have, I mean, we've actually had water come right into the opening, the breezeway there and that area. We really should try to do something with the back door entry. There's not a lot of space, so I know it would be hard to change the entry much, but the step up to is broken. It's been hit with a plow multiple times. It's been patched. It would be good to do something with that area and fix that step into the building, or try to redesign it so it's not as. One, we don't wanna build a step that the plow is just gonna be in their way to plow, but
Right.
but we also need to make it safe for employees coming in and out. So those are just a couple of the outside areas that, to look at.
I think this is gonna be more than $2,500.
3,500, yes.
That telecom building's looking better and better.
Well, we don't know what,
Don't say that too loud, because the property owner may
I know.
sharpen his pencil.
Right.
all right?
Next one is ground parks and facilities.
Yeah, this is the one I'd like to, go
Okay.
ahead.
I wasn't sure if you had wanted that to be its own meeting.
Yeah, I do, I thought I did on the,
Yeah.
towards the end, yeah.
Yeah, next
So let's
Thursday, I
discuss,
think.
cause I have some,
Go for it.
well, not tonight. We'll do
Okay.
it in another,
So you wanna just go over this and come back to it?
no, I'd like to just reserve this discussion until a separate night, which we had already identified tentatively,
Okay.
Next Thursday, I believe.
yeah.
I was just skimming through anything we
Right.
hadn't talked about, and then, I don't think there's,
It's pretty good.
oh, actually, I apologize, I already put the generator on, for the municipal building, I just put it in capital equipment, not capital improvements,
All right,
which is page 59, so I did add it.
I thought I saw it there, but damn if I could find
Already
it
did
now.
already there.
Of course you did.
It
It's on
gets
page
to,
59.
There it is, yep.
So that's
There it
taken
is.
care of. I will try to
That's
update
right.
though the
Big as
like
life.
estimated cost.
We needed, we had a deficit we had to make up, yeah. I remember that.
And I think that's the majority for admin that, because at pool and grounds and parks, you were
Yep.
gonna talk about
Yep.
on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah,
So if Tuesday, we go through the O&M,
yep,
and then think about what any follow-ups we wanted to come back to on Thursday also, because grounds and pools shouldn't take the whole evening. So if we could hopefully tie up some of the loose ends on Thursday and think about what, maybe on Tuesday, we could talk more about what those follow-up issues are that we could put on the agenda for Thursday, like I know we're coming back to some of the highway issues.
yep.
And rethinking about that surplus. I did get an answer from VLCT about using the bridge reserve. After they were careful about, well, they're not the expert in kind of covering their,
after the disclosure.
CYA.
after the disclosure, they said that yes, what I had described seemed reasonable and okay to do. So meaning, we could move money if the board wanted to, out of the Main Street Bridge account to the slaughterhouse or one of the other bridges, as long as it was bridge to bridge,
Right,
not outside of the bridge. So we did get that answer.
and
We'll
the
have that.
idea would be, instead of having the $600,000 for the matching fund for the Main Street Bridge, we would have actual cost to what our fund would be, and we would bond for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And then use the surplus that we were gonna use for the 150 to help with like the fire shortage and or other places in the municipal budget.
I
Okay,
agree.
just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yep.
Didn't you just do the Slaughterhouse Bridge?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but we have to
see,
pay
It's not budgeted,
it had money, we have a bridge account, and it had money enough to, in that bridge account, so when we paid the bill, we didn't go broke. But, now that $207,000 is gone. We either take it out of another bridge account fund and put it in there to fill a deficit, because, just to show where it went, but we gotta rebuild that bridge account.
Yeah.
So,
that is 100%, we do have to address the bridges.
we have 48 bridges, I think, in town.
Yeah.
And we're gonna rebuild 3 of them, this next summer, and that's about it averages $10,000 a bridge to rebuild a small one. Like the one that's on Chamberlain Road.
And the bigger ones, we're hoping for grants.
We're hoping for grants for all of them.
Well, and, yeah, I mean, the state's paying 95% of Main Street.
Thank
That
you.
5% is just costing us $600,000.
Can you imagine?
12 billion.
It's a big bridge.
The latest estimate is 12 million.
Except for the numbers.
Well, the latest estimate I was given, I shouldn't, I don't know if it's the latest estimate.
Light.
Thank God you got
So
some
I
out,
get
right?
reports
Yeah.
on a daily basis,
But,
they're so small, I
because
might
it's
get
a
one of
state highway in
those.
the states.
Is there any further discussion on the, budget for the topics we had today?
Nope.
Having none, is there anybody in the audience that has any questions?
I do.
Yes, Lori, Sally.
No,
she's-
name tag.
So, no, she's married.
I saw what you had on Christmas and the account for Christmas. It's 1,500, I think. But I didn't see the garden. Can you tell me how much you've got budgeted for the gardens?
That's because it's on O&M.
Yep, just give us the page number. Lori?
26.
On which one? Gardens?
The garden is on, no, he asked me what page number, sorry, it's page 26 in the budget. Currently, the garden supply account, it's the last item on that page, is currently 3,000.
How much?
3,000?
You had a previous, actual for 24-25 of 3,200. We budgeted, the current year, we have 2,500 in budgeted, and we bumped it up to 3,000.
Okay.
Would you like to know how much is spent already?
No, I mean, I don't care, yeah, you can tell me. Because we have to replace the garden this year, that's why I'm asking.
So is it prudent to add more money?
How much have I spent already?
Getting
Well,
there.
when you say this year, so,
This summer, this spring, summer.
okay, cause it's an O&M account, so just so everybody's on the same page.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
25-26, that has 2,500 budgeted and
I'm not-
ends June 30th. So any money spent by June 30th comes out of the 2,500. Any money spent in July would come out of the 3,000. So just so we're,
Do you have any idea when it would be here?
yeah, I took my time.
Are we in the
Oh,
minus?
yeah, here, I'll find it.
We're gonna find out real quick.
You spent half.
Okay, we should be okay then.
What was that, Charlie?
On garden supplies,
Yeah?
you've got for the,
Oh, sorry, that's last year.
you spent 44%
November,
or
that was last year, it was over
$1,400.
budget.
Okay,
Is this it?
That's page 24, upper right.
Yeah, we were just looking at
Last
the
year's.
year-end financials it was overspent last year.
and Christmas, I think was 1,500 this year?
Yeah, holiday supplies,
Yeah.
yeah. Let me see, holiday enhancements.
Right,
So this is November, garden supply, spend 1,000, there's 1,500 left.
1,500 left,
1,400.
1,400.
1,400. I'm just telling you what the financial director is telling me.
Wow,
I'm just,
my eyesight is
I'm
really
starting
bad
to get-
tonight.
Been late.
I'm starting to get real nervous.
I think I need to find an eye doctor.
your glasses, right?
How many hours have you spent looking at these spreadsheets? Right,
Do we have any money in the budget for revitalization of the common at all?
that is, well, let's see, I know we've got a mortgage on the common right now. And, revitalization, they prioritized I forget what the priority was for that. So we spent.
Sidewalk cuts.
Well, I was gonna say there were some cutouts, but we've got 4 cutouts now, and I'm kinda questioning, do we need more cutouts? There's
Yes.
2 on the east side and 2 on the west side, and I'm like, why do we need more cutouts on the common? It's a small area.
I think there was one more on each side, so that people can walk more freely. I think that was what it was.
Well, I really think that's kind of overkill. That's my personal opinion, and I was on the committee.
So the question is there anything in the current budget? I would say no. There
Okay,
isn't.
is there going to be?
Well, we gotta go through that process.
We have not got there, we are, normally at this, where we are right now, we would have been doing this in December.
I know,
So
but
we're-
and I don't mean to interrupt you, but we worked 2 years
Yeah.
on that common project, and we brought it to the select board, so it's not like it's
So we do have
It's not like we
some
don't-
estimated costs.
right.
And we spent $45,000 on that, plan, developing that plan.
I know, that was grant, I believe.
It was ARPA funds,
ARPA
that's
funds.
right.
Part of the $544,000 project, well, is part of that the end of the common, connecting that sidewalk to the common? Isn't that sidewalk supposed to cross and connect to the common?
You're talking about from,
Well, the
railroad
Wall
tracks?
Street
Yeah,
project.
Well, they were
So-
going to bump that out, I think.
They were talking about a bump out, but that is a drainage issue because there's a drain right there.
Okay.
So,
That's
you know,
totally
the
different.
thing that needs to be done and probably, and I'm just one voice in a board of 5, is probably the fountain and restoring that so it doesn't tip over when kids get on it.
But I know that was discussed at a meeting, and I voiced my opinion that I don't think we should move that fountain until we're ready to move it in its permanent location, because I think the more you move it, the more damage you do to it.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
I agree with you.
So I'm just kind of, I think there are things that need to be done before the fountain restoration. And I think part of that plan that John and Mary had brought was the bump outs and the bus stop, if I remember correctly.
And the bus stop is
Yes.
now gonna be moved over to the Dollar General,
Correct. So that's a done thing.
hopefully.
Well, I mean, that's something that,
What-
that was the
what we'll
location
do-
for it,
What we'll
right?
do, Sally, is we'll move it over to Dollar General, and then the next time anybody uses it, we're gonna be replacing the bridge and won't be able to use it anyway.
That's right, that's what's gonna happen.
That's the way we work. But that's what we gotta do.
So
We got-
that needs further discussion about capital, for the common
Thank you.
and how we're going to finance it. Yeah, because you did spend those 2 years and you did spend money for a plan, we now have to, and I
Do
said this,
something with it.
yeah,
Rather than leaving it on the shelf and collecting dust.
correct.
Which seems to be,
That's a trend.
it is.
Yes.
It's a trend.
So
Oh, boy.
that's just my,
Got a great idea.
Thank you for your input.
$2.7 million to do that, to accomplish everything in that $45,000 plan.
but we don't need to accomplish everything all at once.
Correct.
You know, if we kind of
Phase
do
it.
phasing, it would make,
Right.
at least let people know that something's being done.
Safety will be the first thing that get done as long as I'm on the board.
Well,
So, a couple other things, I'm sorry.
no
but,
problem.
I know I had spoken to Charlie about this. The lights on the shrubs, the Christmas lights, have not been on. They're brand new lights. They worked before we put them on the shrubs. They worked after we put them on the shrubs. And once the garland went around the poles, they no longer worked on the east side. 2 of them on the east side, the 2 on the west side did work. Was anything ever done about that or looked into?
When you and I talked, I walked across the street from the bank, went over there, and all the lights were on, except for that one tree. And so I told Jeff to, I don't remember if I told Jeff or Jim, but I said you got a light issue on the common, and I thought that, well, last time I checked, the only thing that wasn't on was that one tree.
Well, they're not on now. And I also talked to Sam about it. He said he would look into it, and it's still not on. And the star on the tree is hanging off the side of the tree and
Right.
has been
Right.
a long time.
I saw that.
So that's kind of disappointing, you know, really. I just don't understand why, to me, that shows lack of pride in what we do in our community, but that's just my personal. So.
We'll get better.
Because we're looking at the budget, and because we're trying to get flags hung, is there any way this town can put for donation for the flag committee? Because I've come to the select board a few times on this, and the last time I came, Charlie, you mentioned putting it in an article.
Mhm.
So I went to somebody with legal experience and said, can you help me write an article? Told them what it was about and everything, and their comment to me was, this isn't article material. So, I'm back here saying, is there any way we can get a donation for the flag committee?
Put it in, so what budget would that go into, Lori? So, yes, you can write an article. The article would read, shall the voters authorize an expenditure of X dollars for the purpose of, putting flags on the poles or whatever you want.
Well, I sought legal advice, I'm just saying, and I was told
There-
it's not article.
There's no restriction on an article that goes, in the town report with the exception that you gotta get a petition.
This is 46.
If the board doesn't
It's the most
support,
building on the shore.
putting it down there as a question or funding it through the budget. So,
Just saying.
where would that go if, would that go into grounds?
Well, then, yeah, so, that depends on, you're asking to donate money to a,
Project.
a project not owned by the town of Northfield, correct?
Well, it is kind of the town of Northfield.
Well, no, I'm just looking at where to put it, Sally, I'm not saying not to do it, I'm trying to figure out in the budget where we would, meaning, would that be a donation to the flag committee, which would be under like 910? Well, 910 is where, if it goes on the, a petition on the warning, then it would go in O&M in 910, where we put all the donations
Right.
to other, communities, or other items.
Yeah, it would be the same as donating to our house.
Right,
Yeah.
So,
there's
let's-
that possibility.
big picture, as she's talking about that, when we started this budget off, we were at a 14% increase. We're now down to, right around 8. So, and we have fire trucks that have gone from $400,000, in 2005 to $1.2 million 20 years later. So we're, you can see where we are with that, but we, at our last meeting, came up with some because of Steve McKenzie, we came out of some out of the box thinking that we had not considered, which may change the approach for the budget and might relieve a pressure off. But then the board has to decide whether if we put money into flags, it's now a private group. But, so we buy the flags, who cares? If the flags get bought, somebody else can put them up, right? Or,
Yeah,
Well, like you brought to the attention, the articles
right,
are private groups too,
right.
so.
They're funding articles, but they're money articles. So are you gonna donate, $500 to the Cookie Makers of America? That money is distributed after the taxes are collected to that group. Lori normally does it, distributes it at the end of the year, because that's when she's made the most interest. She's pretty good about that. So then the board, is anybody gonna chime in how that would work with, if we funded it and to?
Well, I've asked this question before when Sally first came to, because I was on the committee. The town was not asked, never approached, it was a private fundraiser.
When the initial flag project started.
Correct.
That's right.
And the town had never contributed any money towards that. It was always a private fundraising thing.
Okay.
So my question was, well, what was the initial request? And it was half of the 15,000. Correct.
Well, that was a suggestion, that's not
Yeah.
what we were requesting.
All right, so what was
Match
the
the funds
request?
is what we said,
Okay,
so.
so what would you propose now to either have on an article or to have in the budget?
Well, can I share a conversation with you that I had with Jeff about this?
Sure.
I went to him and said, can the town make a donation toward this flag project? He said, I can probably come up with about $3,000. If you want more than that, you'll have to go to the select board. So I would be happy with $3,000.
Where was he
we're
gonna put
recording
that?
this again, so you had a discussion with the manager.
Yep.
And the manager said he probably can come up with $3,000 of unbudgeted funds. Is that correct? Cause it wasn't in the budget?
I don't know where he was gonna get the money. He said,
Right.
I can probably come up with about $3,000. If you want more than that, you will have to go to the select board.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, so then the question I have then, Sally, is this is a perpetuum project and it sort of died out after 20 years
Correct,
and this is being revitalized.
correct.
So is this just a one-time ask or is this just gonna be a continuous ask?
This is a one-time ask because what we are hoping to do, like you said, it was 20 years ago. So we're hoping that we don't have to do this for another 20 years.
Right,
Yeah, but
well,
you're gonna
you're
have-
still gonna have to replace stolen flags, ripped flags, poles coming off. I know that project like the back of my hand.
That's correct.
I would almost support a continuing,
Like a $500
you know,
item,
Like a CIP thing.
like a
Yes,
$500 a
absolutely.
year.
Yeah.
Cause I've been
Yeah.
thinking about this myself. I mean, it's not gonna cover the total, but it's certainly gonna give that extra oomph, constant of $500 a year.
correct.
And I do not believe that that is a large amount of money for the taxpayers. I think they would support that. That's where I was thinking.
We
But
would,
as Charlie says, I'm one of 5.
well, we would
Or
be
2 to
totally,
5.
totally happy with, that process, that program. Whatever amount you deem appropriate, we would be happy with.
John, you got an interest in supporting a flag project?
I've got an interest, and I think an article on the ballot,
On the warning.
on the warning, whatever, for $3,000, and then a continuing article for $500 for the maintenance would be good. And after 3 years, with the 500, you don't have to use it to get it on the ballot anymore. I
So
mean,
if you
all
get-
the
right.
other people, these people, our house and so on,
Just add it to this year.
after 3 years, we don't require them to do anything. We just put it on.
I mean,
But that's not perpetual, is it? I mean, that doesn't.
And that means voted every year.
But
That means the public would have to approve it every
but
year.
they never have to come back again?
Yeah.
The-
They don't have to come back after 3 years of
If
coming here.
You could do a hybrid. So what history has been is that you would get your petition, you would get your article, and it would be end up in the, on the ballot, on the warning, and then it would be voted on. That can either be done by petition, or the board can put it on there. If the board doesn't put it on there, then you have to go to petition. Then you can set it up, once you get it approved, then the board can say, okay, if it's approved, then we can, it's approved, you get the money, then we can put it in the budget as a continuing thing, going forward. And the voters will approve it by approving the budget. Or, and if that doesn't work, then you have to go to the petition if they don't fund it from here, through the budget. Is that clear as mud?
no,
Well, no, because once John said once it gets on there,
Right,
it's
funded.
on there. You don't have to re-petition it.
But you have to it's still, so I think what John's referring to is on the special articles where outside groups are requesting money. If the same dollar amount, not an increase, if the same dollar amount is petitioned every year for 3 years, after that, you can request a letter to the town and town clerk or, I'm not sure who, select board, to be put on the warning. You still have to go on the warning, you just don't have to do the petition.
Okay.
So you have to petition for 3 straight years for the same dollar amount. After that period, you still have to do the request, and it would still go on the warning, and it would still get voted by the public, you just don't need to do the petition.
And what I heard from John is to get an article on the ballot, on the warning, it's gonna be voted by the people, so people will be able to endorse it or deny it. And so that one time, now you've got your $3,000 is what John was talking about. And then put it on the budget for $500 a year, no more petition needed. Is that right, John?
No,
The petition
3
has to
years?
happen for 3 years.
3
Okay.
years petitions.
so
So it'd be
So
4
I-
years. of
John
petition.
was saying, was the $3,000 for the first request, and then have a second one for $500 going forward.
Cause
Yes.
that was what I needed to clear up. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't think we're asking for $3,000 for 3 years.
No.
Okay. Well, isn't it a little late to get,
No, the
This
board,
year, get
the
the
board can
petition.
make a decision to do that, to
Oh.
put it on the
All right.
article.
It's not, something like that's gonna take 10 seconds, but it's not hard. You do have to get,
signatures?
I'm thinking about the number of signatures and I think it's 300.
No, it's,
No, it's like 30 some.
No,
30, it is more for a special article. 30 refers to, in one, elections is not my expertise, so I'm 30, I believe, is in reference to elected officials, I think.
Okay.
Money articles are different number, and I don't know what that is.
I think it was 10%, but the town clerk,
It is 10%.
the town clerk will know that. And if it's some exorbitant number, then the board can say, yeah, we'll just put it on there for you.
that's what I'm saying, the board can just
Yeah.
put it on there.
So can I request the board to put that on there?
I think you just did.
Thank you. Thank you, John, that's a nice offer.
He likes giving the store away.
Is there any further discussion from the room? Any further discussion online? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
second.
Are there any objections or abstentions? They all, without objection, we are adjourned.
I thought there was gonna be an executive meeting, that's not.
Tuesday,
Okey-dokey.
Tuesday.
we're not doing it tonight, I gotta
Okay.
go home and eat.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Steve.
Good night.
So, before you go, Dave, can you stop by Lydia's and give her all these cookies for
No,
her
I
kids?
cannot.
Thank you, everybody.